Hey everyone, welcome to Paranormal Question of the Day. We're right back right after the intro. And I'm back. So, how is everybody's Wednesday going? It is hump day. And, yeah, anyway, I think pretty soon I'm going to. I think pretty soon it's time for a change in the intro and do something a little different. And, uh, you know, for those of you who are just seeing it, it's just MGS Paranormal, but Paranormal Question of the Day is not mentioned in the intro, so I'm going to do something different to make sure it is implemented in the intro. So, wait for some people to come on in before we display what the Paranormal Question of the Day is. Hope everybody's doing well. Get all your work and your jobs and all that stuff around the house and whatnot done, and getting ready to just relax the afternoon away. If I had a pool, I would be in the pool. So, anyhow, let's get this shared out. Maybe. Should be going. Let's see here. Let's see here. Hmm. Okay. Uh, I guess we'll just sit here and wait, and hopefully the notification is getting out there. As far as I know, we are live. Yes, we are live. So, it's summertime, folks. So, um, people don't come in. People don't come in. That's how it goes here. Um, anyhow, I will display the paranormal question day so that way you can see as to what it is. And here's the paranormal question of the day. investigating cemeteries. Now, what I mean about cemeteries is that when we go to like regular cemeteries that kind of like they're just regular huge cemeteries, and then you have your Catholic cemeteries, and then you have your other cemeteries that are out there. Depending on their religion. So, do you think by going investigating these cemeteries, are they different in a way? Do they have different hauntings, or are they the same hauntings? Are they more creepier hauntings? Sorry for the whistle there. But that's kind of what I was wondering today. Are they the same? Are they different? You know, what is your opinion? There are some that are by the water, and there are some that are not by the water. Some are like way out deep in wooded areas. So how different does it make that cemetery be if it in fact is haunted? And we know with water, this carries a lot of energy. Maybe it's more of a spiritual haunting more so than a creepy haunting, or how would you how would it be? So, but that's about all I got here today. So, let's see who pops on in and go from there. Hey, Paula, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me today. I was getting kind of lonely in here by myself. But, so today's paranormal question of the day is investigating cemeteries. How do you feel about investigating cemeteries? Do you feel one's different from the other? Doing okay, doing okay. I just woke up from a nap, of course. And just seeing how today's question goes. Like I said, these questions sometimes can go far, and sometimes they can not go so far. So, so how do you feel about investigating cemeteries? Do you investigate them at all? Do you feel permitting what religion they are? Like if you have one that's like a regular cemetery, and like not like a religion honing down on that cemetery, and then there's Catholic cemeteries, and then there's other cemeteries that just are not mentioned what they are. They're just kind of put there. And then you got the ones that are kind of like way out in the woods, and then one's close to the lake. So, do you feel one is more haunted than the other? Done it, but I feel it is someone's place of peace. Yes, it is someone's place of peace. I agree with that. And the reason why I bring this up is because there's a lot of books and top 10 haunted locations here in Wisconsin, that some do include cemeteries, and that's why I'm just kind of curious if there's a difference between a Catholic or a regular cemetery, and if one's more creepier than the other, if one, has more of a haunting versus the other, because of its religion and what it pertains to in that area. You know, that's kind of where I'm leading this one to be. I don't know how much more far in depth I could go with this one. So, but yeah, that's but what I got today. And what I was saying before, I'm gonna have to change up my intro. I realize that Paranormal Question Day is not in the intro, so I have to find a different intro to put that in there. Not sure. I'm Catholic and have never felt anything creepy. Okay, so you never felt anything creepy there. Okay. Okay. Because, and you know that now that a lot of religions uh, take in this with the exorcism and stuff like that, and more so with the Catholics, they with their exorcism and stuff, and the Christians are kind of starting to adopt to it, but that's just one of those things I was just kind of curious of. As far as the other cemeteries, like Gettysburg and Salem, yes. Okay. Yeah, I would think that Salem and Gettysburg would be haunted. I mean, just because of everything that has gone on, and it's such a drastic events that have taken place there. Most definitely, I think that they could be haunted. So, the one actually in my town is said to be haunted over by Riverside. So, which is kind of funny because there's also another Riverside in another city half hour away from me. So, but you know, it all depends. It's just who has the intake of it, and or is the eastern part of the United States with their cemeteries, are they more haunted versus the west side? You know, or if you go down south, you got Louisiana and New Orleans there, and they got their cemetery where it's all above ground tombstones, and that's one of the most haunted ones in the world too. So, like I said, Gettysburg and with Salem, and now with New Orleans, that one there is the reason why they're all above ground is because they had huge flooding, and so then they would all float away. So that's why everything has to be above ground. Yes, I'm there. That. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And here in town too, we have some that are back in the 1700s and 1800s as well. We have soldiers and stuff like that, but not like there is a separate section for those soldiers, and then there's the ones that are way tucked away back more close to the lake, that are from the 1700s and 1800s, but they're not as far. I want to say not as far back as your cemeteries go, because I think those are a lot more older cemeteries than anything else. So I wouldn't be surprised there's something from the 1600s over on your side. I mean that would be interesting. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying before. That when you're close to water, how much more does that bring up the hauntings of it? You know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's 1600s. I mean, that's kind of cool that they got them that far back. Um, I wish I could see one. I have not yet seen something back to the 1600s. I mean, 1700s. I'd say as far back as I've seen in our cemetery here, I want to say as far back maybe as 1780, something like that. But that's about as far back as it goes. And then the rest are just kind of like a big jumping back into the 1800s, and of course, the older they get, the more kind of wonder, And back then too, in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, there was more infant deaths and kid deaths versus adults, because there's nothing to cure any diseases or medical issues that was going on back then. Okay, military one. All right. Okay, so yeah, military watchtowers. Yeah, I could have believed you get the EVPs. I mean, just again with all the events that have gone on and stuff like that, and hearing those EVPs got to be pretty interesting. I mean, what are they coming out with? I mean, is it like phrases, kind of like what are they doing there? What's going on in that situation? Is that the point of time where somebody died at that point in time, and or are they talking strategy? As to what their next move is. That'd be kind of interesting with those EDPs. And it's not too often that you get a full sentence either, which I wish we could. There's just some you can, and then there's some you can't. So, but whispering, yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, I imagine it kind of freaks you out a little bit. It's like if you're walking, all of a sudden you hear something, being whispered, or the one next to you that your friend that you're walking with or so, and you think they're whispering at you, but maybe you're hearing their whispers. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, me, I'd go investigator mode, flip out that digital voice recorder, and get that thing recording. That's what I would do, and I've done that a lot in the cemeteries here with me and my wife, and sometimes my kids would come with us, and we'll just go walk in cemeteries, and like you said, it's the quiet and peacefulness of walking through there, and then just sitting there and just reading off the tombstones, and just kind of wonder like what went on at that point in time of their life, of what did they die from, or stuff like that. So it starts making you think, and then that's for me the investigator part of it comes on. Like, oh, let's flip on the spirit box and see what comes through, and maybe can get an interesting conversation going on. And in fact, as to bring my wife along with me on my paranormal investigations and stuff, I actually would take her to cemeteries, and you know let's get the spirit box going, let's get you the headphones on, let's try the Estes method, and that's where I would have teach her that instead of doing it in the house, because you're really not supposed to be investigating your own house. But that's where I would take her, is the cemeteries, to practice the Estes method, and she does it a lot better than me. When it comes to spirit boxes, it's kind of all gibberish to me. So I wish I had an Ovilus, but I use Spirit Talker as my Ovilus, and it came out pretty well for us at the museum when we were there. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I do at the cemeteries. Take a walk. I even take my daughter out to practice driving in the cemetery. So, and it's just because it's a great place to do it. Showing her left turns, showing her right turns. Ah, there you go. There you go. So you just bought a digital voice recorder, or did you get yourself an Ovilus? That way, I'm not kind of confusing myself. And I should say, what kind of digital voice recorder did you get, if that's what you got? Spirit box. Okay. What kind did you end up getting for that? Did you get like an Ovilus? Was it 5A, 5B, or something like that? Is that the newest Ovilus that's out there? Well, they're hard to find. They really are. I guess like the Ovilus 3 or 4 are extremely hard to find. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Oh, unable to find them? Yeah. Yeah, they're hard to find. Let's do it, Tom. Haven't seen you in a while. We haven't done any of our community chats. We gotta get one going, Tom. Those are fun. Those are fun, but I know it's summer. Everybody's out having fun. Maybe I'll start getting them up and going again in like September, late September, October. Yeah, I want the Ovilus 5B. That's the one I'm looking for. I'll take the newest one, but there again, I mean, I gotta save out like I think they're like $700 for the newer Ovuluses. Yeah, it is hot. It's hot here too. Ah, yes, your park that you like to work in. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's I've heard that the Ovilus 3, yeah, the Ovilus 3, I think is going for over $1,000, if not more than that, just because of how everybody likes to use them. Ooh, 102. Yep, they're expensive. They're expensive. And in fact, if I remember correctly, Taryn had an Ovilus and she gave it away because she hates the Ovuluses. So I'm like, man, if I would have known her before she got rid of that, I would have said, hey, send it my way. I'd take it. I would have got myself one. Yep, yep. I was just a little too late there. Maybe if I would have known her probably 3 months before we started this whole thing, maybe I would have had one by now. But who's no? Maybe she'd probably charge me double because she knows who I am now. She'll probably charge me double. But so, Tom, what do you think? Today's paranormal question of the day is investigating cemeteries. Do you investigate cemeteries at all, Tom? If so, how do you feel about it? And do you think there's a difference between a regular cemetery that's close to the water, or cemeteries that are in the woods, and Catholic cemeteries? Do you think one's haunted over the other? And more so on the East Coast or West Coast? We know we got some in the South with New Orleans with the above ground tombs. Kind of curious what Tom has to say. Uh, Tom in his chair. Unless his chair's going to talk for him. Wait for a response here. That's if he's still in chat. Nope, he popped out. That's all right. That's all right. I'm surprised Lori isn't in here. He must have got busy at the museum. That's all right. That's all right. I missed Bro Talk last night. Yeah, I got outside doing my own yard and clipping the lawn and stuff like that, and I just forgot about Bro Talk. And then I watched it back, and then all of a sudden I see they mentioned my name a couple times. Yeah, they're talking a little bit about stuff going on with Nate on his health and stuff like that. They're talking about Wendigo Paranormal that's going to be showing up at the museum this weekend. And, there you go. Cooking for the week. Yes, absolutely. Um, and what else they're talking about? They're talking about their stuff going on, that they're heading to Missouri State Penitentiary. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's dropped about 45 pounds since he started the year, so that's pretty good. So, what else is it? Yeah, see, Nate's never been to Missouri State Missouri State Penitentiary, and neither have I. I had a chance to go, but I just didn't have the cash to go. But so he's gonna be excited when he gets there, and maybe afraid of a few spots. But overall, I think he'll do good there. He does good everywhere he goes. Um, what else is going on? Oh yes, then they're talking about Paranormal Exposure is going to be at the museum on August 13th. So if there's a spot open, I might join them as well. Ooh, Penn State. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's a scary one. Eastern Penn is scary. I don't know if is it expensive to go in there. Did you investigate, or is it more like a tour? And do they have cemeteries there inside the, like in the courtyard area? Yeah, absolutely. Oops. I think I missed one here. Oh, okay. Okay, investigation tour. Okay. So, what did you feel anything from the cemeteries there in the courtyard? Did you feel like there was like heavy energy that came out of them, and felt more like it was more of a torture death, or was it a violent death, or just like on death row and they, uh, you know, put them in the chair and electrocute them? I think some of those would be kind of hard to kind of get the feeling of what they went through, Um, and if it's heavy, I mean, man, I imagine make you feel sick. Okay, you felt more in the prison. That's kind of a weird angle too, isn't it? Like when you get in the middle there, and it's got all like the hallways, you could see all of them right in the center as you twirl around. That'd be kind of a cool shot there for like a video to start out. Um, Probably get somebody dizzy, but but yeah, that's I can only imagine what that looks like. I've only seen it on TV, so I have not yet. I've been to the Carolinas. Okay, that's about as far east as I've been, and then I've been to Kentucky, but that's it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, literally, me looking up makes myself dizzy. Anyways, I still haven't shaken the vertigo stuff, so I still have a little of that lingering around. So, but yeah, looking up, yeah, it'll definitely be making me dizzy. But um, what is your favorite cemetery that you like to go see? Yeah, I can't shake it. I've had it since I've had it for a couple years now. Um, when I got COVID the first time, it was bad. It messed me up really bad after I got done with COVID. Okay, you stay out of them. Okay. But yeah. Okay, you get in the spring. Yeah, see, I wish I could just only get in the spring, but no, I've had this linger for forever. I've went to doctors, doing different things, and what? Huh?
My lips are white.
The white?
But I'm okay. I'm just gonna go drink some water and sit down.
Okay.
I'm just telling you just in case I get busy.
All right. Um, where was I going with that? Yeah, vertigo. So I've had it. I don't know how I obtained it. For some reason, they talk about the crystals and everything's a shift. Maybe it was like a hard left or right and whatever. It just, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've been to the doctors. I just can't shake it. So I'm hoping within the next year or so it'll go away and I can be more normal. But I don't know. I think with this COVID, I think it's part of me now. So, but I was just talking to my daughter, by the way. So, um, other than that, I don't know. I don't think I really got more. I don't think I got anything more to go on this subject. Yeah, there's some medicine for it. I've tried a couple of those medications, and it kind of makes me feel sick even more, if that makes any sense. So I just kind of am opting to do it without medication. I'm not a big pill person, so I'd really try not to take any medication if I don't have to. I mean, acid reflux, you really can't. Um, you just can't not take medicine for that. You got to do it for that. But I'm getting old. That's what happens. You get old and your body breaks, and and you spend the next 40 years trying to pull your body back together. And by the time you do, we're 6 feet under. If that makes any sense. A good first 30 years. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into something. Most definitely. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you're that. I don't think you're older than me. I I think I got you beat by 5 years. I think I think Tara and I are the same age. Um, yeah, I think I got you beat by at least 5 years because they're not. I don't think so. All this just happened within the last year. Yep, yeah, she's cool. I, uh, sometimes I like to pick her brain and see what she thinks, and a lot of times she picks mine, and sometimes we confuse each other. As you can see, after sometimes on Mondays we confuse each other once in a while. Like she gets the comments and I get the comments, and then you know, yeah, it does go fast. It does. You really sit down and just it's like I was just like doing this like yesterday, and it's 20 years has gone past already, and but yeah, gotta live now. Gotta just think about the now and what you're doing now, and uh, hopefully you can pull your arm and your leg back up to help you walk and and do what you want to do. you know Yes, absolutely. Do call her. I think she's probably waiting for you. You know, it's it's one of those things. And did you talk to the other lady that we were talking about before? That was in chat, Carmen. Yeah, slowly, absolutely. Because we both kind of thought that you and Carmen would have a good discussion about dreams too, but um, awesome, awesome. Yeah, she's very cool. In fact, I'm gonna try and see if I can get her on for Paranormal Question Day on the Monday. So I gotta work on that. I got a few coming up soon. Yes, very similar stories. Yeah, that's why I was just like, you guys got to talk because it's kind of crazy not to talk. I mean, with the stories you guys got going on, it's like it's too much similarities. Absolutely. Yeah, I have to figure something out. See, next Monday, just coming up Monday, there will be no paranormal question of the day. I'm actually on a another radio show that'll be aired on Facebook. It's called the Paranormal Pride show, and I'll be on there as a guest. So we start at 7 o'clock Central. I should say 8 o'clock Central. What am I doing with my times? Ah, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, and we're gonna go for 2 hours. So 7 to 9 in Central Standard Time and 8 to 10 in Eastern Time Standard. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Get to discuss a lot about the team and whatever she wants to bring up for questions. So come on over and ask some questions, absolutely, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Oh, okay. Yeah, Zoom sounds good. I've used Zoom in the past. Um, okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's it's gonna be an interesting chat. I've met her, Denise Pridemore. I met her once. We were actually what, we were headed to Malvern Manor that day or that weekend, and there was a thing going on for at Marshalltown. They had a paranormal show going on, and so I met her there along with Josh Hurd for the first time, and that was cool. Um, yeah, that was a cool thing. Meeting Josh in person is a very cool thing, and then which is kind of ironic that I met him further on down the road at another paranormal get together. So, but there's a few people I got coming on. Let's see. Who do I have? I'm trying to think who I got coming up next. Oh, yeah. So there's this lady, she likes to collect haunted dolls. And that's going to be one of the subjects that we're going to be talking about is haunted items and stuff like that. Her name is Christy Porter. And very cool lady. Very cool lady. She knows a lot of the ghost hunters people and stuff like that. So that will be on, I want to say August 1st. Let's check my calendar here. Yes, it'll be August 1st. I'll have Christy Porter on. So that will be a fun episode. Yeah, me neither. Punt them. Punt all the dolls. I just it's just one of those things. I just cannot. I can't. I can't like dolls. Dolls and clowns and all that stuff. Nope. Just punt them. Just punt them. Even gnomes. The gnomes that you put in the gardens. Yeah, punt those too. I just can't. I don't know. It's just something. However, when I was at Malvern, real quick story here. Yeah, clowns suck. But quick story. I was at Malvern for the first time. I gotta get back there, by the way. They it was a paranormal challenge. The first paranormal challenge, I was supposed to go up in the attic by myself for the rest of the night and sleep up there. But unfortunately, it was so hot that there's no way I could have, slept up there. So the second paranormal challenge I had was I had to sit in a room for an hour with about 45 dolls. And this is Kim Purvis's dolls. And let me tell you, Kim, she's got about $250 in her house. And so yeah, so she had $40 in there, $45 or something like that. And I had to sit in that room for 45 minutes to an hour and do the best I could. Let me tell you, there's so many dolls in there. I wanted a punt. It was so, but I couldn't because they're porcelain. They break. Those are the worst ones. And so it was crazy. I saw a few shadow figures in the room with me. So that was kind of crazy. And then I started, well, I'm bored here. I got the light on next down to the chair, so I barely have a light on. I saw one. I'm just like, I looked at him like, you stay put, or you're gonna get punted, because you get that feeling that one wants to start walking towards you, and so then, I had a REM pod that was you know, it was. I thought it was awesome because I thought something actually touched it. But then when I had a two-way radio in my hand, and pressing the talk button set off the REM pod, so it was a false positive. So that kind of wrecked it for me there. But yeah, and at one point I was like, I'm looking at the top of my head. I'm like, what is this? I'm feeling like something's above my head, and sure enough, they were saying that there was like a white orb that was above my head. So it was kind of weird how I was like feeling something was above my head. But I don't know. And in fact, the radios never even worked. So they gave me a radio to use to say I'm done, I want to get out, but it never worked. They couldn't figure out why it didn't work. It worked before I went in the room. They shut the door, and then it didn't work. So I don't know why shutting the door that cut off the circuitry, but I don't think that would do that. But I don't know. And of course, they pulled a prank on me after I got done. But yeah, when you put me in a challenge, I gotta do it. So that's one of those things. I'll do a challenge. I'll do as long as I can do it, and until I can't do it, then more. But so the prank was down in the Shadow Man hallway of Melver Manor. Uh, the Shadow Man likes to rush you. Okay. So, and me with shadow people, I have a hard time seeing shadow people because of my visual impairment I have, and but sometimes I can see them. I just gotta, pay attention. But if one comes rushing up on me, I'm not gonna probably notice it really. But anyhow, with the Shadow Man hallway, they bring me out of this room, and everybody's super quiet. I'm like, what the heck's going on? It's quiet. And then I also hearing this out of my right ear. All of a sudden, I hear this. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm looking at it. It's like something's crawling on the floor. I'm like, oh God, what is this? What is this? And then I'm like, trying to play it cool and all that stuff. And then, and then I was like, hear it again. I'm like, oh, fuck this. And then I walked down the hallway about as little, like a fast walk pace, like not run. And it turned out to be one of my friends, all dressed up in black, and she was trying to scare the crap out of me. And lucky for me, and she stopped right by my feet. I'm like, and I put my fist down, like, yeah, I see who you are, without hurting her, but but yeah, that's they get me, but and if you ever heard of Farrar School, that's a cool place. That's another place you should check out is Farrar School, and that's in Maxwell, Iowa. And that's where I actually had my first SI solo investigation. Again, paranormal challenge, and I had to sit where the coal chute is. So in the coal chute we're in the boiler room area, and that's where there's supposed to be a shadow man. It's like he's a spider, like he crawls all over on the ceiling and stuff, and tries to get in your face and this and that. And but yeah, I had to sit in a chair all by myself for how long did I last? 45 minutes. I lasted 45 minutes, and let me tell you, I was done. I was ready to get out of there because I could hear something behind me in the chair because it ends right behind me. So, but yeah, that's a cool place. Check out Amy's Crypt on YouTube, and she was just there. She just posted an hour long show about for our school, and it's spelled Farrar, and yeah, and Amy's Crypt is all one word. So just type it in YouTube, and she'll pop right up. She's Australian, so her and her husband Jared are from Australia, and they just got here to the U.S. and they've been through all the places, and now they're back home, I guess. But yeah, she's cool to watch. So all right, awesome, awesome. You'll like it. You'll like it. They're a fun couple to watch. Um, they do all sorts of different things and whatnot. So, well, I suppose we are almost to the top of the hour here. You have anything else you want to add in for cemeteries at all before we head on out? I know I've been kind of, blabbing on here today. Kind of fill out the time a little bit here. And yeah, it's just not much. All right, you're good. Thank you. Yes, it was a great conversation. Um, like I said, these shows are geared towards for you guys and whatever you guys want to talk about. And in fact, like I said before, you have my messenger page, and feel free to drop some questions in there, and if you want to discuss a topic, let me know, and then we could talk about stuff. If you are comfortable and want to come on live and be a guest, let me know. I love to have people on and get to know you guys, and the more I get to know you, the more you get to know me, and it makes chat a lot that much more easier and stuff like that. So, yeah, anytime if you got a question, just drop it in the messenger. So with that, everybody, Thanks, Paula, for joining me today. It was great to have you on and in chat and with the discussion we had today. And Tom, thank you for joining me today. You have been watching the Paranormal Brew and the BB3 TV networks. Also, when you get a chance to go on to the MGS Paranormal YouTube channel, I greatly appreciate it if you like and subscribe and help me get more followers. That way I can, get more information out. I'd be absolutely grateful. So, oh yes, you have a great evening as well. So with that, I bid you adieu, and I'll see you Friday. So long, everybody.